Hi, I'm Scott for ediblemusic.com. Here's a bit of advice and guidance on how to use panning when you're mixing your background vocals. I think that panning is one of the more overlooked or underrated parts of the mixing process, maybe because it doesn't involve adding new processing and changing up the sound very much, but panning is an effect in itself, and while it might not change the individual sound of a track, it will absolutely have a powerful and strong effect on the overall image of the mix. So it's worth thinking about carefully and creatively, even though panning is a pretty quick decision to make. Especially when you're panning background vocals, the way that you want to think about it is that the background vocals are just a support to the main vocals. So lock in the main vocals first, and then bring in the background vocals around it and pan those out. I really want to encourage you to pan them all the way to the left or all the way to the right. I find that sometimes students are a little bit shy about using all of the panning knobs, but it is a really useful feature in your workstation, and I want to encourage you to take advantage of it. So let's look at this song here, and I want to show you how adding background vocals and panning them out will make the mix feel wider and bigger, and it will give some really cool interaction between the main vocal and the background vocals as well. Right, so right now, all the vocals are just straight up the middle, and they sound okay, but they can sound better with panning. So the thing that you want to think about while you're panning vocals, and usually when you're panning anything in the arrangement, is balance. So when you pan something all the way to the left, you want to make sure that another element of the mix is balancing against it. It doesn't have to be the exact same part. It can be a contrasting part. It can be a part where the rhythmic elements interact, counteract each other, or it can be something where the melodies interact with each other. But what you want to decide when you're mixing and positioning one item on the left and another on the right is just that you're doing so in pairs, so that your mix doesn't start feeling lopsided if you want to move everything to the left. Then you'll have all of this empty space on the other side. So I've chosen some pairs here, and I've color-coded them accordingly. As you can see, they're all varying shades of pink. And let's hear this pair first. Right? And then the next pair. That's good, isn't it? And then the last pair. Now let's listen to all of them together. They're still in mono. And let's start painting things out. We'll start over here, all the way to the left, all the way to the right, all the way to the left, and all the way to the right. And still just listening to them on their own, let's hear how it sounds with them all panned out to the sides. I'll switch it back and forth between mono and stereo again. Even just on their own, you can feel them start to push out to the sides. Now let's listen to it in the mix. Cool. So I want to encourage you to try pushing things out all the way to the left, all the way to the right. Don't be shy about it. If you don't like it, you can always change it back, of course. But I think you will, because you'll find that the mix will start to feel wider and bigger. And I mean, this song has a lot going on. It has so many guitars and keyboards and a lot of vocals as well. But by panning the background vocals out to the sides, it allows the main vocal to remain present in the center, and they can support it. Even though they're really energetic background vocals here and singing something different, it still sounds great. So give it a shot and have fun.